What's good, y'all? Let's get it.
Get that in.
Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building, man. Y'all know what time it is. Welcome to the latest installment of the Graphk and Wasted Show, or the Wasted and Graphk Show, however you want to slice it. I am your boy Graphk Raider, man. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Y'all know what time it is. Raider Ryan, AC #1. Hug D's, one of the mob fathers in the building. Salute to Anonymous Raider Red, Devontae Adams, Tupac, Raider Ryan, all my people, man. Let me turn this around and get right. Yes, our brother will be here shortly, you guys. He at work today. He had a lot going on. He kind of lost time, but we are here, and we have one of our people, one of our correspondents that are out there in the Las Vegas area covering the OTAs this offseason. He will be here shortly. We're going to break down what he's seen out there today. A lot of insight from ground zero itself, you guys, so stay tuned for that. You know what I mean? But until we get there, wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It looks as though my brother found his dentures at Denny's. So we here, you know what I'm saying? We here, you know what I'm saying?
You should be honored by my lateness. Get F out of here.
Yo, salute to my brother. Okay, now we can do it the right way, right? Because I did my own intro, bro. You know what I mean? So let's get it. Welcome to the latest installment of the Graphk and Wasted Show.
Or the Wasted and Graphk Show, whichever way you like to slice it, even if it's late. What's going on, man? Oh, bad, man. I got my damn sauna suit still on, bro. You see what time it is, bro.
Hey, it's all good, bro. It's nothing. Hey, the chat was having some fun with it, man. Salute to everybody. Thank you guys for your patience. As our brother Wasted Talent is running low-key late. But it's all good. How you feeling, brother?
Feel good, man. My brother got me right, bro. You know, when I get in the gym with my brother, I'll be talking to him and stuff, bro. And we doing our thing, and I forgot what time it was, bro. Shout out to my little brother, man.
It's all good. Salute to Ty. Real quick, man, we have a lot to talk about today. We will be having our brother Michael Dixon pull up on the show from Vegas Sports today. Stay tuned for that, you guys. He will be live from the Strip. Stay tuned. We have some intel, have a lot going on. But I want to ask you this before we get to it real quick. Salute to Hooligan Nation. My guy, I'm becoming a member. If you guys want to become a member, like Hooligan, hit the links on both channels. To stay in tune with the memberships and all that good stuff. We definitely appreciate it. It helps keep the lights on over here at Shillmore. How we feeling, man? Everyone knows it's not. This isn't a secret that with me, it was always Jim Harbaugh or AP, or AP, right?
Yeah.
You too. We were both on the same accord. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whoa. We see Harbaugh go out there today, man, and sign a former first-round pick Raider. I don't know if you've seen this. He just signed Alex Leatherwood.
Leatherwood himself.
To the Chargers, man. When I say that, what is the first thing that comes to your mind, Wasted, when you hear that Jim Harbaugh went and signed Alex Leatherwood?
Chargers are in trouble. They are in deep doo-doo. Yo, that's what I thought. I'm like, yo, really, dog? Like, out of all the people that are out there, bro, I would have rather, if you want to go former Raiders, sign Trent Brown. You don't go sign this.
Bro, Trent's under contract with Cincinnati still, so you can't You couldn't do that. But there's another guy that looked like the Incredible Hulk. Another Alabama guy, Tom Telesco guy that he just let go. DJ, right?
Yeah.
So they could have brought him in, a former Charger, like Alex Leatherwood, former Raider great, former Chicago Bear great. Alex High Stakes Leatherwood will be a Charger. And mind you, around this time of the year, you guys, people do sign, camp bodies, right? So maybe this is just a sign of them bringing him in, seeing what he has left, if there's anything left in the tank.
Yeah,
I don't know, but nasty work, man. Jim Harbaugh, man, he's starting this thing off with a bang out there in LA. Wasted.
Well, the funny thing, Harbaugh is the kind of guy where he has his way to go about being an NFL coach or being a coach. He's always going to be Jim Harbaugh. He's not going to acquiesce to his players to change who he is, right? Yeah. And there's some things about football that still remain true to today, right? Coaches have to get dominance over their team. And there's certain things he's doing. He's not allowing them to play music and stuff at OTAs, all that kind of shit. I don't know whether that change in the National Football League happened and Jim Harbaugh didn't get the message, because I don't know if it's going to work. The old hard-nosed coach thing works, but it's seeming like there's a change in the guard. These kids are different now, bro. I don't know if a Bill Parcells can be successful in today's game. I don't know if a Bill Belichick, without having the greatest quarterback of all time under center, would be successful in today's game. And I don't know if that Jim Harbaugh hype, that he's a jolly good fellow, corny shit, is going to fly. I really don't. And that's one of the main reasons why with the Raiders, I said, you know what? We went from one extreme to the other, right? And that's what would have happened had we gotten rid of AP, right? And I'm glad that Mark Davis learned his lesson the first time, because if you hear the Max Crosby interview with Nate Hobbs, they actually shed tears when Richie B left. Yeah. Like condensation. And some of the life lessons that they learned from being under Richie B and Gus Bradley and all them guys. They talked about it. Yes, it made them the players they are today, right? Yeah. So these players are different, bro. They're different. They're more emotional. They're more cerebral. They understand the big pictures, not just football with these guys. Yeah. They understand that you got to coach the whole person, right? Yeah. I think we made the perfect choice, and this shows me that from Harbaugh. Now, do I think Harbaugh can win? You know why I think he can win? Because he doesn't have to worry about locating the quarterback. But other than that, it might be an issue with that guy.
I have to disagree with you. I still think that Harbaugh is going to be successful, and it hurts my soul to say that because he's the Chargers head coach. I do believe that he can turn that thing around. It's going to take a little while. This isn't a year one type project for him. I just thought that the Alex Leatherwood thing is just absolutely hilarious. To start off the Jim Harbaugh era in Los Angeles, you just bring in, a former first round pick and Alex Leatherwood to shore up that offensive line. It's just phenomenal, man, to see.
Leatherwood.
And I don't know the situation in terms of music, right? Like, they could have been out there playing around, and Harbaugh was like, turn that shit off. Y'all playing around, right? I believe it was rookie OTAs. I don't know if the vets were out there at that specific moment. So I could be wrong on this. Don't quote me on it. But if he was out there thinking these kids were playing, turn that shit off. Let's get to football. I'm not mad about that. You know what I mean? Like, Harbaugh is going to Harbaugh. It is what it is. And I think that a lot of people get this thing confused. I think that AP and Harbaugh got a lot in common, brother. I do. I think that they're both
hard-nosed guys. Yeah,
hard-nosed guys, former players, rah-rah dudes. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to allow these guys to have fun because they know if they're not having fun, it's not football. But also, if you're having too much fun and you're playing around and you're smacking on your macking, hey man,
that ain't football neither. Football is about discipline and moving in the same direction to get a group of men to move in the same direction. It's the hardest thing to do. I do it every day at work, getting a group of men to move in one direction. Yeah. Now, and Graphk, you hear it all the time when I'm on the phone, right? But bro, this is the difference. These guys are a generation apart.
Yeah.
And I think that AP can reach out and touch his youth as opposed to a guy that's Jim Harbaugh, who was, if I'm not mistaken, almost 60 years old. Mm-hmm. It's a difference, man. Yeah. AP is 45 years old. It's a huge difference between being 45 and being relatable and being 60 and being relatable. I think that it gets to a point where the generations get off a little bit, and that is, it's not a knowledge thing, because the game doesn't pass you by from a knowledge standpoint. That's why coaches go into the booth and they become analysts, because they understand the game probably on a more supreme level as they get older. the thing that they lose is the relatability factor as they grow older. And it happens to us all. The only coach I've ever seen that was able to come back after a long hiatus and do well was Dick Vermeil. And the only reason why is Dick Vermeil was he was a prodigy as a coach. It's almost like Dick Vermeil reminds me of Sean McVay would have stopped coaching now for 10 or 20 years and then come back.
It is funny because of the Rams connection as well.
Yeah. But other than that, Dick Vermeil was a prodigy when he was a coach. He got burnt out. He left the game. But you can't listen. Why do you think Jimmy Johnson didn't come back? Why do you think all of these guys become analysts? And Bill Cowher's sort of writing on the walls like, yo, I don't want to deal with Antonio Brown. I can't deal with that shit. Yeah. Mike Tomlin can deal with it, but me, Bill Cowher, I can't deal with that.
Well, that's the problem. Did you get a chance to watch any of the pressers today?
Yeah, I did, man. It was like watching paint dry.
Yeah.
I've had better times getting a root canal.
Now, to be real with you, man, I mean, salute to everybody that was a part of the pressers today. There was a few of them. I actually chimed in and caught Zeus, talking about these guys being really locked in, right? Like he was really on some bro, the way these guys are, the way we're looking right now on the offensive and defensive side of the football, we're locked in. Like if anything happens with this situation, if we're not successful this year, you guys, it'd be a shocker because the way it sounds like these guys are out there locked and loaded, wasted. You know what I'm saying? So if you get an opportunity, if you guys didn't get a chance to, go check out our new running back one. Zeus spoke. Who else? Marvin Lewis talked this morning. Definitely chimed in and checked some of that. A lot of that was boring. I'm going to be real with you. Some of the coaching staff was up there talking. I love Marvin Lewis talking about AP's time at Arizona State and, him, the maturation of him and him asking Marvin, am I getting better? And so on and so forth. So to see AP head of the helm, as coach, as the coach, and then Marvin Lewis kind of in there, now as just a tool that AP can use on the defensive side of the football. That was interesting. Also, Jack Jones. I loved what Jack Jones had to say at his presser today. Yes, they asked him about, the time, what was going on with the Chiefs. We were the last team to beat them, and so on and so forth. And he had an interesting thing to say. He said, I wouldn't call it bragging rights because whoever asked the question, and I forgot who did, I wouldn't call it bragging rights. We were the ones sitting at home.
Was it Tashawn?
I believe it might have been Tashawn. Salute to Tashawn. It was either him or Q, I believe. But he said, I wouldn't call it bragging rights. We were the ones sitting at home, and they were the ones winning the Super Bowl. Like you're starting to see a little bit more of a maturation with Jack Jones as well. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have took an opportunity to really try to, you know what I'm saying? But he was like, look, let's just keep it a buck, man. We're expecting to win this year. He said, look, we could go out there and beat them twice this year. Or they could beat us twice this year. You know what I mean? He also said,
I love that vocabulary shit you just dropped. You said maturation.
A maturation. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Love it, man.
He also said, on our emerging defense, with teams feeling that swag and camaraderie, that's going to break teams in itself. How do you respond to that? By our cornerback one, Jack Jones.
What I understand about sports in general, mentality is humongous, bro. Mentality a lot of the times is what separates. You know what? A player's mentality is what separates Kobe Bryant from Gerald Wallace. That's what separates Michael Jordan from Ron Harper. These guys have a lot of talent, bro. All these guys, if you're in the National Football League, you are a one of one. You are a 1% talent. You are above and beyond anything people can comprehend. If you've ever played any high school sports and you see guys that are fringe pros, you realize the greatness. That is one of the reasons why, and I want to bring up our brother Stuart Swagger. That's the reason why I give him so much respect as what he's accomplished. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not common to be that great. No. And to have some ham and egg dude that sits eating, raviolis criticizing you all. It's like, get the F out of here. Yeah. So for Jack Jones to be a young leader of this team and have his mindset that way, that goes to show me the trickle-down effect the leadership of this team has. Attitude reflects leadership, man. It's a pyramid, right? And it grows. And I love what I'm seeing. The mentality of this team is going to carry it far. That's what's going to win games for us.
Yeah, facts. And salute to Jack Jones, one of the leaders on the defensive side of the football. Real talk, man. We got something coming up soon with Jack Jones. You guys stay tuned. You know, everybody knows he's been in the studio working with my little brother, L Fingers, man. We got something lined up here soon, you guys. So stay tuned for that. Salute to OJ Raider, man. Zeus, you get on that horse, you better ride it. Salute to Zeus, man. And he also said he bought 2 new horses this offseason. I believe one of them's name is Zeus. One of them's name is Queen. Remember the intel that we got on Zeus a while ago? Like he's really that dude, bro. Like,
that's a country boy right there, man.
Boy at his finest, bro. Definitely.
Let me tell you something, man. He reminds me of Evander Holyfield.
Ooh,
he reminds me of Evander Holyfield's a big, strong country boy, man.
Yeah, that Georgia.
Yo, you see pictures of Evander Holyfield when he was in high school. He looks relatively the same as he did when he went to the Olympics, right? I remember people was talking about he was on steroids. I was like, no, that's just that country boy stuff. And I never forget, and I know we're not talking about boxing, but I never forget the first time he fought Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
They asked him, they said, are you scared of Mike? He goes, listen, my mama told me somebody hit you, you hit him back. He said, I'm going to fight Mike. When he said that, I said, oh, shit, Mike in trouble, man. That's a big that's a big whole cake eating motherfucker right there.
Straight up.
I'm going to fight Mike.
Also, did you see the tidbit with Max out there? Max is having an absolute ball right now at OTAs. I mean, you know, dominance at his finest. I mean, he's running around hitting the bags, but he did something today that was actually funny. He kept mentioning barbecued chicken. We know where this came from, right? Chargers, Keenan Allen, the whole barbecue chicken scenario. I find it funny that he says this the day when they signed Alex Leatherwood. Like I don't think that, because Max is not that kind of guy. Former teammate, he loves Alex. I know he wasn't talking shit, but I just find the irony in it by him talking about barbecue chicken.
Hilarious, yo.
And they literally bring in a former first-round pick in Alex Leatherwood. It's hilarious. Salute to our bro Squid as well. Max has talked about the importance of the family bonding. They're doing and knowing the guys in their family on and off the field, growing as one. And that's what we keep hearing, my brother Squid, over and over and over, the camaraderie that they're building. Everybody is bought into the culture. Everyone is out there like, look, I'm telling you right now, we're in OTAs right now. We're not even in training camp. And everyone is playing like lights out. They're like at 150% energy level out there, bro. This is nice to see, because a lot of the time you see veterans stroll in and, you know, they kind of just take time off. And I'm gonna talk about a few veterans here as well, because there was a few guys that actually missed OTAs today. Not that big of a deal, once again, but I see a few other people turning this into something that it doesn't need to be. But I'll bring it up real quick. There was 12 players. Salute to Sean Reed. He put this on Twitter. 12 Raiders I don't see practicing at voluntary OTAs today. Devontae Adams, our star wide receiver, was not out there. Jackson Powers Johnson, our rookie guard out of Oregon, was not out there. I'm going to ask Mike once he pulls up if he has any intel on what's going on with Jackson Powers Johnson. Colton Miller, it looks like he's maybe still rehabbing a little bit that shoulder. Yeah. Could be wrong, but they're being very patient with him, as they should. It's OTAs. There's no real reason to push him out there. We have not seen Michael Gallup really in a Raiders uniform yet. He hasn't been out there. But Gallup's also a veteran. There's no real need to put him out there, especially with the injuries that he's, you know, dealt with these past few seasons. Jalen Guyton, not out there. Matthew Butler, defensive tackle, he's not out there. Nesta J. Severa, not out there. Marquand McCall, the young Kentucky product that just came over from Carolina last season. Nose tackle, have not seen him out there yet. Corner, Cornell Armstrong, a kid that I don't think that's even going to make this roster. Linebacker.
You better be out there, Cornell.
No, right. Linebacker, Darian Butler, Arizona State. The connection with AP is there. He was on the IR last year dealing with an injury. He was gone the entire year last year. He's coming back. I'm excited to see what he does in special teams, and hopefully he gets some reps at the linebacker position as well. One knock on him is everybody, you know, he's undersized and blah, blah, blah. I want to see what he looks like out there. Wide receiver Jeff Foreman, blah. And wide receiver Tulu Griffin. This is a guy that me and you were talking about yesterday on the phone, potentially adding to our special teams room. So 12 players, not that big of a deal. I don't know, you know, Tashawn didn't tweet out later on about any of these guys showing up. So I'm assuming that these guys just actually missed out on voluntary OTAs. So how do you feel about that right now?
Well, I mean, look, it's the beginning. It's the beginning, man. You know, as long as you get like an 89% clip of participation, that is a great. That's a great metric, right?
Definitely.
Now, when you talk about some of the guys who are not out there, right? This is voluntary OTAs. These are guys who understand they're veterans. Colton Miller doesn't necessarily have to be at OTAs for me to be comfortable with that. Because, you know, Colton Miller has been here. He's the elder statesman on this team in general, right? So that's a guy that I would rather him be healthy and be at training camp than OTAs.
Yeah.
When you talk about Darian Butler, there are a lot of people who talk about Darian Butler. They say he's small, he's undersized, but it's not the size of the dog. It's the size of the fight in the dog. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be honest with you. Darian Butler's a guy that I'm depending on to make this special teams unit, because special teams is what the Raiders see. What you guys understand is right. It's a ratio, right? Are we going to have the best offense in the AFC West? Most likely not with a Hall of Fame quarterback down the street.
Yeah.
Are we going to have the best defense? That's one thing we have to have, right? Yeah. And another thing is we have to have a top 2 special teams unit. To me, Tom McMahon is on notice. You're on notice, bro. You've been mediocre in Denver. You're a guy who, you know what I mean? We've heard some things about we've heard some things that we're going to bring on one day, right? Yeah. You've taken all pro punters and changed the way they do things and done all kinds of.
Bro, let me add to that real quick. Me and Marquette were talking about that the other day. We're out to eat at this restaurant. Salute to our brother Marquette King. We're sitting there, me, him, and Michaela. We're having some wings and I forgot what a few drinks. Tom McMahon was mentioned because I mentioned, the presser. He was like, "Yo, bro, that's one of the worst special teams coaches you'll ever witness in your life." And I said, "Yo, what do you mean by that?" And I'm not going to go into full detail because I want to have Marquette come on and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But he was absolutely like over the top. Like, look, Tom McMahon, bro, was absolutely horrible. So I'm hoping, because I love the energy that Tom brought to the presser. He was excited. He was breaking down plays. It looked like he was breaking down shit in front of us. I love the energy. I'm just hoping that this isn't mediocrity in the special teams room, because we know that is a huge, huge component of successful teams, the special teams. We know this, bro. Like year in and year out, the great teams that win Super Bowls and win playoff games, they usually have really, really great special teams units, or at least above, like above average special team units. You know what I mean? So
fact.
I'm hoping that this guy goes out there, man, and gets that unit sewn up, because Marquette was absolutely destroying this kid.
Bro, really quickly, man. And I don't normally look at the chat. Let me ask you guys something. Who the F said that the Hall of Fame quarterback that's down the street is Justin Herbert? We are talking about Darlene Connor himself. Yeah. Muppet face, taco nose, bird beak, Patrick Muppet Mahomes. This is who we are talking about. If he retired tomorrow, he's going to the Hall of Fame. So what the F are y'all talking about? Yeah,
it was not talking about Herbert, you guys. It was definitely talking about Patrick Mahomes.
The F is wrong with you guys.
I don't want asparagus special teams. I'll tell you right now, we can't afford to. We got to get right, especially with the rule change and all that good stuff. We got to have that special teams unit flying on all cylinders. That's why I'm excited to see what DJ Turner looks like this year, after coming off that big year for us in special teams last year. Do you think that we're going to see Turner at all in any reps within, as a wide receiver this year?
No, I don't. I think DJ Turner has become the new he's the new Brandon Bolden. He is a special teams ace. They have a lot of talent that they've brought in at that position. And I'm going to be honest with you, there's no reason for him to be out there. I think Brock Bowers is essentially a big slot receiver for us. Oh, yeah. Like that's how you're going to have him on the field with Michael Mayers, man. I think Brock Bowers is going to really take up a lot of the snaps that Hunter Renfrow had last year, and even more, because he's more effective, and you can have him on the field at all times.
Facts. Salute to the chat, you guys. Salute to Hug D's. You are all witnessing potential Raider history. Chapter 1, The Raider Way. Ill intent. Salute to my guy Hug D's on a $5 donation. And also, man, we're going to bring one of our brothers in real quick, man. The man of the hour, our guy, man, our brother, our family, our correspondent. You know what I mean? He was out there at OTAs today. covering the Raiders, man. And it was funny. We were on the phone, and I was going through it because I had a bunch of the kids at the pool. And Mike was like trying to whisper because Antonio Pierce was talking. So it was a lot going on over there, right? We had to get off. So it was like, okay, we got to get this show going and get rocking. But this is our correspondent, our guy, and our dog, Mike Dixon of Vegas Sports Today. Our dog, man, salute live from out there on the strip right now. Mike, what's good with you, bro?
I'm doing well, man. OTAs was very, very hot. But first of all, how you doing, Wasted?
I'm doing terrific, my brother. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Happy to be here, man.
I want to ask you this real quick. First and foremost, if you guys aren't following our brother Mike Dixon, follow him on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. MikeDixon. You know what I mean? Or you can follow him at Vegas Sports Today on YouTube, Mike Dixon Sports on YouTube. He's all over the place. I want to ask you this. Did you hear any rumblings about Jackson Powers Johnson? Has there been any rumblings or update on the injury that he sustained last week?
I didn't see him outside today on the practice field. I was looking for him. I saw the third round pick out there, DJ Glazemore. So
yep.
I was specifically paying attention to Andrew Peets too from the new signing from the New Orleans Saints.
Yep.
Got some interesting notes about that. So, but to go back and answer your question, I didn't see anything.
Okay. Any updates on why Devontae hasn't been out there? Was he in the building? I know last week he was in the building, but he wasn't on the field. Was there any Devontae Adams sighting out there?
Here's the scoop. There's no new news out there on Devontae Adams. I didn't see him. I had my binoculars. I saw everyone but him and Michael Gallup from what I was paying attention to. So.
What'd you see out there today, brother? Like what was? Give us some good, some bad, some great, some ugly. How was today at OTAs out there in Las Vegas, outside of the weather being insanely hot?
Yeah. One, the defense looks really good. And obviously, normally in OTAs and preseason, the defense always looks well, but they were getting after the quarterbacks. I like what I saw from the defensive line. Tyree Wilson continues to, be on pace with Max Crosby during the stretch. Warming periods leading the way. You can tell he's close right behind him. So, defense, they look good. They were very aggressive. Offense, they still need a lot of work. And to put it quite frankly, they got to continue to work on installments, whether it's running the ball, pass drills. So, I can't tell you nothing amazing today. But I did see a couple of things that really stood out to me. So.
Before we get to the offensive side of football, I want to ask you this. I seen something on Twitter. Malcolm Kuntz ran one back to the crib and did a Marshawn Lynch celebration.
Yes. Yes.
How did that happen, and what happened on that specific play?
Well, so based on what I saw, I want to say it's around the 13th or 12th period. Yeah. Gardner Minshew, he was sitting there. He was under center, step back, did a quick 3-step drops. He went to go throw it inside, but he ended up batting that ball down. And, I don't know. It was like a fumble. I think it was deep down, closer to like the 40, 50-yard line at practice. He picked it up. He ran down. He pushed it all the way through. Then he just jumped in the end zone today, had his hand. He did a Marshawn Lynch. So, again, that defensive line is very aggressive.
Mike, let me ask you a quick question, man. Transitioning to the offense, the defense has been dominant, but is that a function of them just being dominant, or is it bad quarterback play? Like, how are you feeling about what you're seeing from the quarterbacks? And from what I'm hearing, it's looking like Aiden O'Connell has taken the lead in that battle.
I like what I saw at Aiden O'Connell today. Man, I was paying very close attention to who's under center, when they're under center and shotgun. I was looking at the formations, and the ball just was spinning out of Aiden O'Connell's hands fast. He was making quick decisions. It was very precise. This is something we talked about last time I was on your show. What did the Raiders draft him for? Short, quick, intermediate passes. And again, I was looking at Gardner Minshew. He's still learning this system. Gardner Minshew, he had a couple short passes that went out to the flats, that went out to the curls, and it just didn't look good. But as the periods continued, started to progress, the ball started to look a lot better. Again, he still has to learn this Luke Getsy, Shanahan influence offense. So,
but Aiden's still learning that too, Mike. Right? So, like, you would assume that the veteran would have the up and up on learning a new system.
Great point, Graphk. Great point. And that's a second year start.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So if you had to leave this live right now, and you're a betting man, just going off of OTAs, the pads aren't even on yet. No real football. Is Aiden the guy leading the way right now at the quarterback one spot?
Yes, he is. No, he truly is, man. This is I have no dog in this race. It's a QB competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just looks like the better quarterback right now. Today. You know, we still have 3 camps coming up in June for OTAs. So I'm sorry, we have 3 OTAs coming up in June. So, you know, right now, Aiden O'Connell is the man.
Hey, I like this question. Salute the 10 Commandments on a $5 donation. Mike Dixon, what up? Give us some Dalton Wagner. Have you heard anything on Dalton Wagner, our UDFA right tackle out of Arkansas last year, rookie? He was on the IR last year, 6'9", I believe, monster of a man. Have you heard anything from Dalton Wagner up to this point?
I did not. I was not paying attention to him. I was truly focused on Jackson Power Johnson today. I was also focused on Andrew Peters. I'm sorry, Andrew Peters from the New Orleans Saints. Can I tell you this?
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
So during the stretching periods, they were warming up. Andrew Peters, and again, this is what my eyes saw, not my opinion. Okay.
Okay.
You know, he kind of looked like he had minimum effort today. I looked at every offensive lineman, and I have this on video. Everyone, they were stretching with max effort, and he was just kind of there, like head down. He wasn't putting a lot of effort into it. And then they went on to the drill periods where, you know, you take one offensive line versus another offensive line. They held up the pads and, you know, they started from the right down to the left. And guys were getting at it, you know, attacking it, rushing right, pushing down, driving on those pads. And then, you know, I looked at Andrew Peters and I was like, okay, he just kind of got up, half effort, minimum effort. So, you know, it's OTAs, shorts.
Yeah, but AP has had all these guys firing on all cylinders, right? This is a veteran that is a 3-time Pro Bowler, Mike. Like, and mind you, he has a lot to prove right now. Wasted, you know this because he struggled last year mightily at left tackle. He's moving back to his original position, which probably be left guard at this point. So he needs this OTA period to show that he can perform at a high level. So that's something to keep an eye on right there.
So,
yeah, I mean, you know, he has to get that veteran callus off of him because things were done a certain way and things are done a certain way here, and he has to realize that. But, you know, let's see how it all – maybe that's, you know, a veteran's way of pacing himself for the offseason at hand because this isn't his first rodeo. Yeah, so I'm going to give him a little grace.
Yeah. So, Graphk, you mentioned Pete's at left guard. So I noticed today he was playing at left tackle.
Okay.
With the one.
Colton was out.
Yeah, but Antonio Pierce said in the presser that he's going to be playing left tackle this year as a backup.
Yes.
He played over 800 snaps last year as a left tackle last year, and I think he's kind of settled into that backup position. But, Mike, I wanted to ask you some transitioning a little bit from the offensive line. Mm-hmm. Is there any running back besides Zeus that you saw that stuck out to you today? Any of the guys that we had on the practice squad last year that had the Josh McDaniels scholarship last year, Sincere McCormick, Britton Brown, did you see any signs of life from the running back position?
They had a little action. I seen a lot of passes being caught in the flats, little curl routes, a couple slants. I do think Alex Madison could start in that spot. Obviously, Zamir White's going to start there, but you know, I Alex Madison, he's just playing the number 2 role, catching balls. He'll be a complementary to the receiving core and the tight ends. So nothing really stood out to me today. It was just
back to work. Get this thing rolling and let's see. But let me ask you this: if you had to say 3 winners, 3 losers today at OTAs, could you give us an honest assessment of who you would have as winning today's OTAs and losing in terms of OTA?
Defense wins today, offense loses.
Okay.
They were very aggressive. You can actually, while they had a break today, Patrick Graham, he went up to the field. The entire team was there, mainly that defense, and he was calling out certain plays. He was talking about the safeties, and he put up at that board. It's like, man, you guys need to stay aggressive. You need to attack these wide receivers and tight ends. Obviously, we're talking about the Raiders here, but if you swap out that Raiders offense for another team, for example, like the Vikings, you can see where that defensive philosophy is at. So they don't want to be a read and react kind of defense. They want to attack and push you back. So, I like how Patrick Graham is really taking ownership in this 3rd season of this defense.
Me and you have talked a lot off the air about Jack Jones, right? And I told you when I get out there, we're going to set something up. We're going to kick it and we're going to vibe out with Jack. Salute to Jack. But I want to ask you, your opinion, because you were there at the presser, you were there at the OTAs. What was the energy? Like, how'd you feel leaving that Jack Jones segment of the presser? Because to me, man, he's just a Raider personified. You know what I mean?
Home. He is home. And I'll tell you this, Jack Jones was dancing all over the field today when the defense was making plays. They had the music going on in the background, and you can see he was out there saying, like, that's mine, swatting down balls from Jacoby Myers in practice today. He was trying to get another pick 6. So, I noticed your face right there. You're like, swatting down balls. Well, pass deflections is what I was really leaning to.
Listen, I want to stay as professional as possible, but what I did was that was a Jedi mind trick from the old man. I gave you the telepathic pause. I did a telepathic pause. Oh my goodness!
Yes, yes. Pause. But no, he was out there, man. He was very excited. It was. I'm not saying taking the leadership of that secondary, but you could tell he was at this press conference today after OTAs. Sanjit T asked him, and Jack Jones said this. He said, do you feel like you're going to establish yourself as a premier corner in the NFL, not just the Raiders? He said, with all due respect, we don't care about what you guys think, respectfully, right? He said, I am a premier cornerback. And he's entering his 2nd season with the Raiders now. He was very confident, man, and you can tell that translated on the football field.
Hey, real quick before we continue this OTA talk, there's a lot to talk about. There was a little split second there. Me and Waston just talked about it. Max Crosby, we know the maximum effort.
Yes,
no pun intended. The barbecue chicken talk, right? So yes. I see you somewhere right now, live in Las Vegas on the strip.
Live in Las Vegas on the strip.
Salute to the chat, everybody in here. We are deep. Let everybody know where you are right now.
Right now, I am here with. I'm at Boulevard Barbecue on the Las Vegas Strip. It's across from the Wynn. It's at the Fashion Show Mall. And I'm actually about to have some barbecue. And I'm here with Steve, one of the owners here. Come in, Steve. Say hi to Graphk and Wasted.
How we doing, Steve? How are you?
Yes, this is a dedicated Raiders bar right here. Max Crosby was talking about the Chargers in the Raiders. They talk about that barbecue chicken. Sanjit T got that on video. So say hi to Raider Nation, man. They're dedicated Raider bars.
All right, Raider Nation. This season, pregame, Saturday's going to be a Michigan bar, Sunday, Raider Nation. We got a Raider burger we created for you guys. It's going to be a 8-ounce sirloin steak burger covered with brisket, cheese, onion rings, and barbecue sauce. I got one made up for you guys right here. Give me 1 second.
You guys are going to enjoy this. You're going to love this, man. Listen, this is a dedicated Raiders bar. Look at this. This is the Raider burger right here. Am I going to eat this or are you going to eat this?
You can eat this, brother.
All right, so I'll touch it with my hands.
Hey, Steve, I'm going to be out there in a few weeks, brother. I need to come through. I need a care package.
Yeah, we
I'm
got you, brother. We
in
got
about a
you.
month too.
At least did two. Oh, yeah.
Look, I wanted to ask you something. How much for one rib?
Who sells one rib? If you don't eat one rib, you eat right.
Yo,
That's right.
hey, real quick, hey, what's the address? Because everyone knows we take care of our own, right? This is a Raider bar, Raider burger. Like, we take care of our people, man. Let everybody know in Vegas and everybody that travels to go watch the games year in and year out, let them know where you are exactly located so we can go over there and support our people.
We're out in front of Fashion Show Las Vegas. It used to be the Fashion Show Mall. We're in the plaza. We're not in the mall. We're out in front. We got a beautiful patio that seats 66 people on the strip. So you can sit outside. We got 3 big screen TVs to play the games on, 3 TVs inside. And we got, our beer taps will be open next week. So we'll have a ton of beer specials, happy hours, all game long, pre-game, post-game, during the game. We're going to make it fun.
And what is it called again? What is the restaurant called again? Because people are asking.
Boulevard Barbecue and Wings.
Boulevard Barbecue and Wings. And I heard you're a Michigan guy, right? My bad. So you know, there's this guy, right? We call him Chuck, right? We know him. You know, I think you're very familiar with him. Hey, Mike. Wasted.
Yes, sir.
We got to get our guy over there. We got to go get Charles Woodson.
Oh, yeah. So you know what? Let's go ahead and let's talk about it. So Charles Woodson, they sponsor OLV Raiders Network,
Yep.
Woodson Whiskey, with Wasted and Graphk.
Yes,
You're a Michigan guy. We're trying to put something together with the Intercepted wine here in Charles Woodson to obviously bring in that Michigan Packers and Raiders influence. So we can still show Woodson some love on that Packers stuff. So
There you go. Hey, salute to Victor. He said, I was just there. I'm definitely going to try that burger. So salute to Victor, my guy. Oh, look, you already got some people that already know about the restaurant. I love it.
Man, that's a beautiful
sir.
thing.
We do.
Hey, here we go. Right here.
Take care of everything, man.
Right here, the address of the website. You know, the website's right there, man. You guys go support one of our own, man. You love to see it.
what you gonna get Graphk and Wasted when they come out here, man? And Raider Nation, when we come out, do a live show. Tell them what we're going to eat.
Oh, we wait.
This is Texas, man. This is barbecue, man. This is California. This is boxing and NFL here. So,
listen, we do Texas smoke. That's where we learn our barbecue.
Okay.
So, only thing we do different, we use a different wood than maybe a mesquite. We don't want to give that secret away. But our ribs fall off the bone. You love them. Brisket, pulled pork, you die for. Burnt ends. If you're a Texas guy, you know all about burnt ends. We'll feed you up. We got homemade mac and cheese, southern potato salads. We have all kinds of sides. We will fatten you up. You'll come here looking good, leave here looking a little chubby, but that's okay.
All right, so look, we're gonna lock this in. We're gonna lock this in front of our people.
Yo, see, this is why. Listen, we love you guys. No, for real, bro. When y'all out here,
Our people takes care of our people. But look, we want to lock this in now. Me and Wasted want to come out there this year. One of those games, you pick the game. Me, Mike, and Wasted want to do a live podcast for a home game at the restaurant. Is that cool?
That works.
Then
Yes,
let's
sir.
get it.
Hey,
Let's get it.
Let's Raider Nation. Well, hey, welcome to the second home bar. Hey, tell them your favorite player from the Raiders.
Oh,
Jack Jones.
Jack
Jones.
Jones.
Jack Jones. Hey, we're just talking about Jack. Yes, sir.
listen, we're going to challenge your boy Crosby to come down here and see how many wings he can eat.
Ooh.
So we get Maris on it. We will name a plate after him. Whatever he wants it to be, we will hook him up. We want to see our boy down here, see how much he can eat. All on me. I just want to see it happen. We'll tape it. We'll see how much of an eater that guy is.
I'm a DM Max today, and I'm gonna hit up my brother who's very tight with Jack and see if we can get him over there, man, and we can hang out. That'd be fun.
What? I like that, man. So, yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Check out Boulevard Barbecue. Hey, Nation, this is the Nation's bar right here.
Yes.
Any final words before we
No, we look forward to you guys coming and hanging out with us, chilling with us. I'm a Detroit kid, but I've embraced the Raider Nation out here in Vegas, so we're ready to make it happen every Sunday, have fun, make everyone just enjoy their time, great food, great time. And we look forward to just having you guys stop by, check us out, and enjoy the atmosphere.
We're definitely gonna talk, brother. Very nice to meet you.
And he loves boxing, by the way. I'm sorry to cut you off. So they'll come to Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight. Soon, Rick Wasted will be out in New Jersey covering that Shakur Stevenson fight. So it's a lot of things that we're going to be able to like work together and do things. So, again, thank you once again, man.
We appreciate the support, guys.
Our dreamer, Detroit Buddha. Okay.
So we just left Detroit. We just left your hometown. We were out there for the draft. We did live coverage of 2 days. Then we traveled the third day, and this thing happened where we were in this Airbnb, and there was this Buddha statue behind us, and it felt like it kept moving, bro. We were in the west side of Detroit. We were in the middle of the hood, and it felt like it kept moving by itself. So now we have this thing called the Detroit Buddha over here.
And listen, it actually did move. It actually did move. And it was weird because when I got into my Airbnb, not when I was going to Airbnb, when I got in my Uber, when I told him the block we were going to, he said, "You going there, bro?" And then when we pulled around the corner, I saw a man on a bicycle with a like an actual 10-speed tire. And on the front, he had a training wheel tire on the front. It looked like a chopper. I said, "Man, I am home."
hey, don't be surprised, Steve, when we come out to Vegas with the Detroit Buddha.
Hey, my son's a diehard Lions guy. He'll be behind it.
There you have it. So salute to you, bro. Thank you for pulling up, man, and having a few minutes to hang out with us.
Appreciate the time.
We appreciate you, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm telling y'all, when we do this mid-season, whenever that time is, bro, we're gonna love this, man. Yo, I'm telling you. Lastly, this burger's.
Let's
Come
get
on,
it.
man.
Let's get it,
my brother.
Let's get it.
Mike, before you go, I want to ask you something very, very quickly.
Okay.
If from your observations, who's the one rookie that stuck out to you in your time at OTAs? Who's the one rookie?
I tell you what. So Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers, they actually lined up today in a few different formations, and noticeably, you could tell that Michael Mayer was very tall, strong, big, right? But you look at Brock Bowers side by side, coming off that flanker in that motion position, yet again in that Luke Getsy offense. Man, Brock Bowers really stood out. He caught that ball so quick. It was fast, and it was busting down the seams. And this is not hype, guys. Like this is true. You go look at Paul Gutierrez, Vic Tafer, Tashawn Reed. Anybody's analysis and evaluation from today about Brock Bowers, they will tell you this man was fast, quick, and he's picking up. So I do think Brock Bowers, again, in shorts, in Vegas, in Henderson, 100 degrees today. He looked good. When the pads come on, we're definitely going to see where he stands out.
Look, I want to be professional, but I need you to do it, Graphk, one time.
Brock Bowers!
I did it one time. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yo,
Hey,
any word on Dylan Labe? I've been hearing great things from him from camp. I text Hondo the other day, and I've been kind of reaching out to people around the way out there. I want to know, like, what is your take thus far on our 6th rounder out of New Hampshire? Because
I did see him lining up today in on special teams. He looked like he was at either 2nd or 3rd unit. From what I saw, also Alex Madison was there, and the 7th round pick out of the Air Force.
Trey.
The only defensive player that was on special teams, returning punts and kickoffs. So that's something to keep an eye on right there.
Trey, returning punts and kickoffs. He's that athletic to return kickoffs. Trey Taylor.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
never knew.
Bro, Wasted. We were having a conversation this morning about right now, who are we returning kicks for us? Is it Trey Tucker? Is it Dylan Labe? I would have never thought Trey Taylor would be entering the room right now.
but I like it. I like it.
Sir. We will drop that video today. It'll be exclusively on OLV Raiders Network with Graphk and Wasted. So I'm actually going to have these guys put that out so you guys can see it firsthand. So, hey, shout out to Victor, Navita. He just left a 5-star review for you guys.
Appreciate it, brother.
Hey, the Raider Nation, man. This listen, you don't get this anywhere else, man. This is Raider Network right here. Wasted, Graphk, and the Nation, man. Like,
It's what we do, man. Let me ask you this, Mike. You're when you left OTAs today, if you had to think in your head, just one thing that left a major impact on your thought process at OTAs, what was it? Outside of, it's easy to say the defense, right? But pinpoint one specific. It could be a player, it could be a coach. One specific thought that you had when you left, like, wow, like
truly, the Aiden O'Connell in his precise passing, his crisp, like he's just reading the players. He's reading the wide receivers. He was just very accurate. It's short. Yes, I know it's short pass, but Aiden O'Connell stood out to me the most. So, and obviously on the offensive side, but again, that defense, man, that front seven, that's actually I'm going to lean towards that defense. I'm sorry, I take that back. That front seven, man, that's where I stand.
Malcolm
So
Coons.
I actually think the defense will be a stronger unit this season more than the offense. Again, we did not see Devontae Adams out there on the field today. We didn't see Jackson Powers-Johnson. So until we see otherwise, I'm leaning on the defense to carry this team this year.
A few more questions, and look, we don't want to get that burger too cold. But I want to ask that linebacker room. Was there anyone that stood out? Was Tommy Eichenberg out there with Spillane and Devon? What did that linebacker room look like?
I would say Luke Masterson's hands are looking much better.
Okay.
I still have to review the footage that we captured today. I didn't get a chance to really break it down as much and look at it. But again, I was truly focused on the offensive line, defensive line, and that secondary. And then we had an opportunity to look at special teams. That was something else that was different. So,
was there any corner that stood out outside of Jack Jones? Because we're looking at that corner. My bad, wasted. My apologies, brother. We're going to keep it in the secondary as well. Any other corner stepping up outside of Jack Jones? And what does Merrick and Epps look like back there as that 1-2 punch at the safety position?
Merrick looked pretty good. He made a couple plays today, but to answer your first question, no, I didn't see anything outside of Jack Jones on the secondary today. Yeah,
I'm waiting for Jacorian's name to pop up.
Yeah, and that transitions into my question.
Mm-hmm.
If you can try to guess, right? And I know this is very, very limited view. Do you see one of the rookies like a DeCameron Richardson supplanting a Jacorian Bennett as our second corner? Because the way it's looking is Jacorian's probably going to be a second guy. Fason's never really been he's been a starter, but he's a spot starter. You would probably think that a guy that you drafted would be one of your starters, right?
You know what? I'm sorry. Jacorian Bennett did look nice today. He had a couple pass breakups today.
Okay.
I didn't see anything from the rookies today. I didn't. I just got to be honest and tell you what my eyes saw. So yeah. Again, I would keep a lookout for that back left tackle position with Andrew Peach today. So I stepped that shit out. Maybe he's just getting into the groove right now. But
last question before you do your thing. Christian Wilkins, big time free agent, $100 million man. What is that looking like out there right now? Do you see the difference on that D line with Christian Wilkins out there? Is there any other defensive linemen around him outside of our edge rushers? Any other DT stepping it up? Because I know that Jade wasn't out there today. I know that McCall wasn't out there. Adam Butler was, John Jenkins, two guys that came back on inexpensive deals because they believe in what we're doing on the defensive side of the football. How those DTs look like, specifically Christian Wilkins? Has he been paying what he weighing, pretty much?
So, unfortunately, the Raiders, they have 6 football fields, and the defense, mainly the starters, in my opinion, from what I saw, they were on the far right field, which is furthest from us, which is field 1 and 2. So you go 3 and 4 right there in the middle, 5 and 6 far back. I had an opportunity to see Christian Wilkins a little bit today, but I didn't see any reports from anyone else talking about Christian Wilkins. So that's what I noticed today.
Is there any excitement right now? Is there any Luke Getsy talk? Are you hearing anything about Getsy in the offense? Because I know right now it sounded like not too much of a good day outside in the Aiden. But has there been any talk or an excitement about Luke Getsy running the hole?
It didn't look like they didn't find the rhythm. And I'll say this: they have work to do. Needs improvement. That's all.
So Mike, I gotta pull you into something right here. When something isn't good on this show, we say that shit ain't leather.
That shit ain't leather.
It wasn't leather.
There you go. I love it. Yeah.
But also remember this: Devontae's not out there. Okay. Yep. Remember this.
I didn't love it. That's what you said, though, right?
Yes. But remember, JPJ's not out there. Jackson Powers-Johnson's not out there. That's a starter on your offensive line. Colton Miller is not out there on your offensive line. Your best offensive lineman. So we got to kind of take this with a grain of salt a little bit, but it sucks to hear that the O isn't really moving and shaking like that. But I love to hear big things about Aiden O'Connell. Brother, before we get out of here, man, plug everything you got going on. I want you to be able to do your thing and have your food in peace. You know what I'm saying? But let everybody know what you got going on and what we got going on in the near future. And plug away before you get to that burger.
Right on. Again, thank you guys once again for having me on, having Steve on. You know, we're looking forward to do this a lot more, man. And, but what we have going on, look out for more footage from practice from Sean, myself. Also, you guys, you're going to have the special teams footage. So I want you guys to release that. Just go to YouTube, Vegas Sports Today, as everyone knows, and Mike Dixon Sports for my own personal page. Go to Twitter, go to the website, get the latest news, articles, views, stories on Instagram. So everything's there. We'll completely stretch everything out, content-wise and video footage.
Before Mike goes, I want the chat. What do you guys think about the triangle offense every week? Wasted, Graphk, Mike Dixon. The triangle offense. Every week we do a show. We talk about what we see. Mike, you know, he's out there on the ground level, on the ground floor in Vegas, ripping and running. What do y'all think about a weekly show with us three where we can break this team down? Because like I said before, you know, we get a lot of intel, but it's always great to see one of our bros out there, you know, getting it in and getting the footage so we can see it first, you know, first. And we see it. We see it for what it is. Look, the whole chat is already going. Works for me. Yep. Yes. Love it. Hell yeah, brother.
Shout out to the nation, man. This is why, hey, real talk. I do love you guys. You guys are honest. You're real. You're loyal. And you listen, you get nothing better from anyone else other than Graphk and Wasted. Like you truly don't, because they're not gonna hold anything back, man. They're gonna be honest with their evaluations and their opinions. They're not gonna sugarcoat anything. All I can do is compliment what we see here, you know, out on the field. And listen, this isn't the first, second, or last. We have plenty of things that we're gonna be doing with the nation in the boxing and everything else. So, you know, thank you guys for that. And you know,
hey, real quick before we get out of here, is that Dallas Sky and Aces thing still open? Is it tonight?
Yes, it is. June. I'll send you a message.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. I'll call you, in fact.
There you go. My brother, we love you, man. Enjoy your time over there. Steve, very nice to meet you, brother. Once again, let everybody know where they can hit your restaurant up. Address, name of it. Let everybody know one more time before we get out of here.
Boulevard Barbecue and Wings. We're at the Fashion Show Las Vegas on the Las Vegas Strip, right across from the Wynn. Come check us out. Great food, great fun, and you'll love your time here.
And yo, y'all better come pull up and eat when you come to town, man. Because he's doing something very special when he comes to town. It's so well wasted. So I'm telling you, this is gonna be fire.
Mike's grabbing me from the airport, and the first thing we doing is busting.
Yeah, for real, bro.
So we're gonna definitely do that. Once again, you guys and everybody over here staying, we just gave them 5 stars.
Oh,
salute to you guys. Mike, you guys go have a good time, man. Appreciate you, brother. Call me once you guys get out of there. We got some other work to get in. You already know what's up. It's never ending story with us, man. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Hey guys, watch out for something special with Graphk coming up here in the next week. So he's on ground. He's on the grounds.
My brother, you guys have a ball. Once again, Steve, very nice to meet you. Salute to you guys. Mike, hit me when you're done, brother.
Hey, yes, sir. Hey, thank you, Wasted. Thank you, Graphk. Thank you, Raider Nation. Like we always. Hey, I'm ready for this trifecta, the triangle offense, man. Every week, I can't wait to do this with you guys. It's always fun, man.
Let's go. Salute to my brothers. You guys have a good time. We're gonna finish up this show here. Have a ball. Like I said, we're gonna catch up. You already know. Salute to our brother Mike Dixon, Vegas Sports Today. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, what are you waiting on? Go to YouTube, subscribe to Vegas Sports Today. They upload content on a daily basis, whether it's the Golden Knights, boxing, the Aces, the Raiders. We're going to be getting A's content here soon. It's going to be a lot going on, so make sure you stay in tune with our brother over there. Mike, my brother, have a blessed day.
All right, thank you, fellas. Take care.
Sir. Salute to our guy, man. Salute. Let's talk a little bit, man. Let's talk. Let's talk. We're not done yet. We only an hour in right now. We're not done, Dan. Appreciate you. We're not done yet. I want to hear your guys' opinion.
We are here. Listen, I haven't even called for my coffee yet. Now, listen, normally on Raider Nation Unlimited, I call for my coffee. But since the Graphk and Wasted Graphk show is going on right now, when I normally would be going on, because let me tell you guys something. It is a tradition It is going to happen right now. I'm calling Mrs. Wasted for some coffee right now.
There we go.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it right now.
And think about
I get unceremoniously blocked by calling her.
And Wasted showed up late, and now he's demanding coffee.
I sweetheart, baby, could you make me a cup of coffee? I'm on the air right now. Graphk and
Sis, tell him no.
I got you.
Thank you, baby. Appreciate
Bring him some toilet water.
I hate her, yo. I'm hating, man.
Yo, I love it. I love it. I love it, man. Salute to One Nation. Let's get this content.
Bro, you know what's funny, bro? You said the triangle offense. I'm thinking to myself, I was like, well, are you going to be Tex Winter, the architect of because you're in Texas, and you can call me the Zen bastard and Phil Jackson? Like,
And then Mike's going to be MJ?
yeah, because his name Mike.
Let's go.
The Zen bastard.
It's easy.
It's
Crazy. I like that. I like that. Salute, man. He said, Top B says, ring, ring. Hello, Miss Wasted. Mr. Wasted needs some Java. Salute to J&N. Show keeps getting better and better. We appreciate you, family, man. Look, one thing about us is you guys, we want to keep elevating and keep bringing new things to the table. It's easy to come over here and just talk Raider football. This is what we do. But we want to keep raising the bar, man. You know what I mean? So we got some dope things in the works. We got some really interesting people that are gonna be popping up on the platform here soon, you guys. So stay tuned for that. And once again, I'll be in Vegas next year. And last time I checked, I was talking with my brother, man, and his feet are gonna be planted in Vegas somehow, some way as well. So
yes,
you guys got to stay tuned for that. We're gonna be doing some things out there. You know what I mean? So.
Yes,
you already know. Elite says, I got to shake my fear and get my channel going. Hey, shake it. Paul. Well, I ain't got to pause you, a girl, but hey, shake that shit, Elite. Stop it. Shake that fear. Ain't no time for that shit. You a Raider fan. What the fuck you scared of?
Come on out with it. Come on out with it, man.
Yeah, man. But I want to ask you real quick, Wasted, like, how do you feel thus far about what Mike gave us? Like, what it sounds like Minshew is struggling a little bit, right? It sounds like Aiden is doing his thing and he's commanding the offense. How do you feel about what we heard today?
Look, to be honest with you, bro, it's exactly what I expected. Thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate it. I don't think that Aiden. I don't think that Minshew's struggling. I think that Gardner Minshew's doing what he always does. He turns the football over. Gardner Minshew's a good quarterback. It's a reason that Gardner Minshew has been a backup, because in small doses he is brilliant as a backup. Yeah. But Gardner Minshew is the kind of backup, if he has to start 8 games, he might win you 4. Gardner, it is a reason why Gardner Minshew is not a stone cold lead pipe starter. He is a backup, and that is exactly the role he's playing. And it makes me feel very, very hopeful for Aiden O'Connell's maturation because of this. Aiden O'Connell just getting this job does not make me feel good. He's not done enough in the National Football.
I agree.
For him to beat out a guy who has started in multiple places, that lets me see that he's a step above a Gardner Minshew who has won a lot of games in this league. And that shows me that, we have a gem as a 4th round pick. We have a gem. So look, man, I'm praying that it continues to hold serve the way we saw it going. Aiden O'Connell's a bigger guy, has a bigger arm, younger. He seems to be a very bright guy. That's one thing that a lot of people aren't picking up on. I've said this last year. For him to come into the season last year, the way he came into the season, not getting the first team reps, not having the coaching staff behind him, not having a real offensive coordinator behind him being thrown to the fire and him standing up and stepping up the way he did, I have a lot of faith in Aiden O'Connell. Now, am I saying that he's going to be the telltale starter and he's going to be the next guy in line? No, I'm not saying that. He's going to have to show that and exhibit that over a couple of years.
Yeah.
But what I can say is, if I can juxtapose this to what happened with Carr, the one reason why I was hopeful that Carr was going to be what he had became for us was because he beat out Matt Schaub, who had been a starter in this league in one playoff games. Pro Bowler. So when he beat out Matt Schaub, I was hopeful and I was excited. And I hope that happens this year with Aiden O'Connell.
I couldn't agree any more. Phenomenal take on that. I want to ask you this. This defense, how much better can it be this year, Wasted? Like the tailwind of last year, things changed, right? How much better can we really expect this defense to be? And a 2-part question. I hate to be devil's advocate because we're always happy and we're always talking about our team in a great light. when do we start getting nervous about Colton Miller and Jackson Power Johnson?
I think when training camp opens up, you can get nervous. With Colton Miller, there must be something to where, because with the shoulder injury, there's only so many things that can be wrong, right?
Yeah.
So what you have to look at is it a structural issue? You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a labrum or anything like that. I think the Raiders are being cautious with him. Now, JPJ is a rookie. He needs all of this. So for him not to be out there is very alarming. But in the same token, he is a rookie, right? There are other options for the Raiders at guard.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know whether Jackson Powers Johnson is going to be a great guard to begin with. We know as a center, if he plays, he'll probably be an all-pro center.
Yeah.
But this year, that was not the role he was going to play. So I really, to be real with you, if they have to play one of the veterans at left guard, I'm fine with it.
But let me ask you this. That's an interesting take, because what you said is he could probably be an all-pro talent at center this year, right?
Yeah.
If you feel he can be that great, and I'm saying if the Raiders feel he can be that great, what is the holdup? You paid Andre James to be the guy. Essentially, it's a 1-year deal. At this point, what the fuck are you waiting on? But just put him, like, I know right now he's dinged up a little bit, but just put him at center and stop playing with the game.
It's two reasons why, right? Because one, he is a rookie, right? And what you need to do is you need to work him into the speed of the NFL game, right?
Agree.
You need to mentor him, right? And you need for him to get snaps. Why would you pay a guy in Andre James, and they had no idea they were going to get Jackson Power Johnson.
Yeah.
They paid Andre James previously.
There was a reason why we paid Andre James.
There's a reason. If the draft was before the free agent period, I think it would probably be better. I think the NFLPA should probably – because I think they prioritize free agency first because they know that teams will make choices based off of their draft and it will hurt veteran players. Mm-hmm. So with the union – what the union is trying to do is they're trying to protect the players that are already in the union, not the ones coming in.
Yeah. Right.
So I think that has a lot to do with it, right? But if I can look at history, you look at the Raiders' history. I said Jim Otto to Dave Dalby to Don Mosbar. That is how we've always done this. Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem with it, man, because what he can be is he can be mentored by Andre James and Colton Miller, putting him in between them. I think that'll be best for his career instead of just throwing him to the fire and getting those bumps and bruises without the protection of the two vets on our team. So that's the reason why they're not doing it. I don't think that they should. But to be real with you, we don't know how good of a guard Jackson Powell Johnson is going to be. We don't even know if he'll win the job. Really.
Well, guess what? We're going to get more information and we're going to get a better idea of that this week, because we are finally about to do our show with East Coast Gridiron. Our brothers here in the building. We were just texting actually before the show. We are locking in that show this week, you guys. We're going to be breaking down film on Jackson Powers Johnson, his reps at Oregon from guard to center. We're going to look at the difference, between and so on and so forth. So stay tuned for that this week. We will be live from both of our channels and East Coast Gridiron's channel as well. So stay tuned. We're going to have some fun too, because people think that, I can say I'm a film nerd too, but it's boring. We're going to have some fun. We're going to pull the cigars out. We're going to have a few woods and whiskey out, and we're going to have some fun while our brother, East Coast Gridiron, breaks down what he sees in terms of JPJ as a guard and JPJ as a center. So stay tuned for that.
And East Coast Gridiron is a historical dissenter. He's a historical dissenter. He's like, man, Obama's fucking up. That's East Coast Gridiron. I love that, yo. That man goes against the grain and he don't care, and that's why I respect it, man. I respect it, man.
Salute to our guy, Lord Buddy Bear. Super pumped for the upcoming season. Been working a lot. Haven't seen my bros in a minute. My next jersey will be Hobbs. If he gets extended off season, moving too slow for me, having to play Madden to try and pass the time. Salute to our boy Lord Buddy. We appreciate you as always to show up and rock with us, man. We appreciate you, brother. And you're right, man. It's been really, really slow. We're trying to do as much content as we can. But once again, we always say this year in and year out, we're not going to put out content just to put out content. You know what I mean? Like, we respect you guys way too much to insult your intelligence, putting out nonsense just to put out shit. And that's no knock at anybody. Yeah. Period. Like, we respect anybody that drops content, but we just go about our business a little differently. If there's nothing to talk about, guess what? We're going to be silent as a rock. We ain't got shit to say.
That's right. We are not watering down the content.
There you
We
have
will
it.
not water it down, man. You guys will not get that watered down hooch.
There you go.
You guys are going to get straight top shelf lecha.
Lecha. Salute to Hug. Gifting 5 OLV Raider Network memberships. Salute to all the new members in the building. Appreciate you, my father. That's the my father himself, Hug D's. Appreciate you. If you guys missed out on those, hit the link on both of our channels. We both have membership groups. Hit it. It definitely we appreciate it. It keeps the lights on over here, Wasted Talent and OLV. So salute to our brother Hug D. Salute to Pace as well. Y'all see Tyrese burst in practice in that new clip. As long as Colton starts training camp, I'm not worried. And I don't know if you've seen that specific play that he's talking about.
Yes,
but
I saw
Tyrese
it.
was after the quarterback ran to go pick up the fumble.
Yeah.
Caught it. He got it right before he went out of bounds. Tyree looks really good right now, man.
Yeah, he's looking like the unicorn that he should be. And one thing I noticed too was how quick I saw Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins on film doing a pass rushing drill, and how much quicker and I know Christian Wilkins is a defensive tackle, right?
Yeah.
But Max Crosby was like 2 or 3 steps ahead of him. But the fact that a defensive tackle can get up the field like that, this defensive front is going to be frightening if these guys can stay healthy, man.
Definitely.
Frightening.
Man. Salute to Lord Buddy once again. How do you feel about Gruden not getting his day in court? Do you think he could appeal to a higher court? I still think the NFL is hiding a lot of stuff there. Just don't trust Goodell. Let me say this.
Let me tell you something, man. I'll answer myself, Graphk, if you don't mind, man.
Take the floor, brother.
Let me tell you something, man. I appealed to a higher court, man. I went to church, man, and I got on my knees and I prayed, man. I said, man, why have they forsaken me? All of these bastards in the National Football League, all these billionaires and trillionaires, man, why they making me wear the weight of all of their follies, man? And let me tell you something, man. The man with the gold rules, Buddy Bear. That's the reason why they won't give me my day in court, man. I mean, these guys rule the world. You think they're going to give me my day in court, man? I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to go on the beach, drink my Corona, man, and you know, just hang out, man. Watch a little OnlyFans, man. You know, go fishing.
Well, there you have it. You heard it from the horse's mouth. John High Stakes Gruden.
Air quotes.
Non-Gruden. There we
Yeah,
go.
but
For legal purposes.
But in all seriousness, though, Lord Buddy Bear, look, man, the people that own NFL teams, you got to realize what kind of money.
Raiders load is nasty work. Raiders C. This is facts.
Yo, if you look at how these guys own these teams, how much money and power these guys have. These guys own NFL teams as a hobby.
Yeah.
They own it as a hobby, bro. Like, look at Muhammad Khan. How rich that guy is. He gave his son a wrestling imprint on national television as a trinket.
Yeah.
Like, these guys are like beyond you have Sam Walton's son, the heir to Walmart, owning a team. You got his daughter being married to Stan Kroenke, owning the Rams. These guys, listen, if you think that money and power don't matter, you are sadly mistaken. If you think they're going to let him air their dirty laundry, you're sadly mistaken, my brother. That is the reason why Mr. Robert Kraft didn't get exposed too much for the handy.
There you have it. And real quick, I got to say this, okay? Omni, you're the only person that keeps hitting our chat, keeps leaving comments. Thought Shieldmore was certified. Those are all of our brothers, bro. I don't understand what you mean. First and foremost, let me say this real quick. I spoke to Big Mike last night for an hour on the phone.
I did too.
Yes, we have big business on the way. Did you just speak to Hammer?
Yes, I did. I speak to Hammer like 2-3 times a week.
Yes.
Listen, everything
Our
is.
brother Andy was all in the middle doing the military thing. What do we mean by this? I mean, just because you don't get your Shieldmore fixed does not mean that we are not cool. We are locked and loaded. Those are my brothers for life. And there may be some times where I get on their nerves. They get on my nerves. It's a family thing, bro.
And look, let me just say this because I never spoke on this, right?
I hate that shit.
Yo, bro, let me tell you something. The difference between what you see normally on YouTube and what you see with us is that we are really friends, bro. We actually fly to see each other and hang out with each other.
Been around moms,
Care about each other's parents, all that. Yo, our kids and all of that. Like, yo, we actually like fuck with each other. We actually care about each other, bro. You don't know what these guys are going through outside of YouTube. Maybe they might be going through some shit that we don't want to tell you about. But if I can,
they're not going to tell you about. Period.
Yo, super soup, and I got love for you. You support the channels always, but sometimes it's best just to mind your own goddamn business.
Man. Stop.
F out of here with that shit.
Leave that shit alone. I can God honestly tell you right now, from the bottom of my heart, I love all my brothers in Shieldmore. Period. Point blank. The end.
It never ends, man. It's like Wu-Tang. Yeah. It's like Wu-Tang, man. Yeah. And you know what Hammer's doing right now? He's hammering a nail. Bang zoom. Bang zoom.
Salute to Junior. Crosby and Kuntz are going to be this generation's Townsend and Howie Long. That's a lot of shoes to fill right there, Junior. But I would love to see that. Appreciate you on the $5 donation. Salute the coach. What OnlyFans model is Gruden into? Strictly for research purposes.
Listen,
I'll tell you right now, he's not. Hey, coach, he's not in the ebony section. I'll tell you that right now. Hey, Gruden,
no, you know what? That's not necessarily true.
Gruden,
true. That is not necessarily true. Listen, who listen.
Hey, man, who told you that Coach Gruden doesn't like the brown sugar, man? Man. Listen, man, let me tell you something, man. Sometimes I go watch a little Meg Thee Stallion. Hey, man, sometimes I might even feel a little spicy, a little Cardi B, a little BBL, something, man.
There you have it, man. You know what I mean? Salute to Steve as well on becoming a member. We appreciate you.
Yo, elite crazy. Elite is
Gruden trying to holler at my auntie back in 90. Yo, hold on.
Look.
Yo. You know what? Hey, Groove, I apologize, Groove, from the bottom of my heart, man. You know what, man? I gotta keep it real with you. I gotta keep it buck. Wasted. Any man that can name his son Deuce,
he got a little soul in him.
Soul
in him, yo. Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah. So, you know, there you go. Man, salute to Elite. I fucking love that shit. Salute, man, to, let me see, Sneaky Raider as well. Y'all goats. Raiders, love y'all show. This is going to be a great year. 11 wins or better. Talk that shit. And Elite double down. Her name is Brenda. He was on her.
Did she?
Brenda almost had a baby, Elite. Dum.
Oh, big zoom. Yo, let me ask you a question, Elite. Did she live at 227? Oh, yes. Yo, yes, I'm holding and release.
Yo, John almost went to Brenda's house and dropped a deuce.
Oh, it's getting worse as it goes on.
I know, right? Salute to Auntie. All respect and love to our Auntie Brenda. We love you. We love you, Brenda. We love you. Yo, salute to everybody here in the building, man. Anything to say on the way out? We're coming up on an hour and a half. Not really too much to talk about outside of the OTA. We actually had a phenomenal fucking conversation already.
Yeah, it's insane. The only thing real quick before we get out of here, man, just on a football tip, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Nate Hobbs thing, I want to ask you something, bro.
Okay.
You know, Nate Hobbs talked about, I love his confidence, his swagger, him being, thinking he's one of the better corners in football. Mm-hmm. Nate Hobbs' contract is coming up, right?
Oh.
The fact that Nate Hobbs is not even considered to be the other starting corner besides Jack Jones. Now, we've seen what that looks like. We prefer him. He's the best nickel in football. Is that enough for you to back up the Brinks truck for Nate Hobbs?
No.
Because it's not enough for me, bro.
Not enough.
To be honest with you.
No, bro. I've said this for 2 seasons now, bro. I've said that Nate has to step it up because we know what he can do. I mean, bro, when we did the interview with Charles Woodson, what did he speak about? A lot was Nate Hobbs.
Yeah.
And this is coming from one of the greatest football players of all time, how much that he sees how great Nate can be. We're still sitting back waiting for that, bro. Like, I need to see more. There's no way in hell at this point. You're going to have to play this season out. You're going to have to show that you can stay healthy. You're going to have to show that not only can you be a great tackler and because he is one of the greatest,
and essentially a will linebacker for us.
There you have
that is one of the reasons why we don't see the deficiencies that we did, because Patrick Graham is a genius.
Yes.
So he's using him and he sub packages to hide the deficiencies that we have as far as depth goes. Now we have quality linebackers, but we don't have a lot of linebacker depth. So what he does is he uses sub packages, he uses more DBs than he might need and stuff, and those are essentially your linebackers.
Well, let me ask you this: if this happened, right, Waste, and mind you, this is just talking about what it could have, should have type shit, right? How would you have felt if we kept Tyler Hall, which I thought we should have? That Philadelphia got him for cheap, right? And we kept Nate. We still don't know what Jacorian Bennett's going to be. He got some play on the outside. What if we had Tyler Hall in the nickel and we put Nate on the perimeter opposite of Jack Jones? Would you have been okay with that trio at the corner if we don't?
I would prefer that, because this is the thing with Nate Hobbs, and this is what I want to see from him. Right? Nate Hobbs has the size. Nate Hobbs is a terrific tackler. Nate Hobbs has the speed. He has all the athletic gifts. He actually should be a Pro Bowl corner on the outside.
Yes, both. I mean,
he should be.
Yeah,
he should be. Now it's like, can he focus in on that skill set, or is he firmly entrenched in what he does well?
Yeah,
that's the thing. So for him to get, when you start bringing up Jalen Ramsey's name, you got to do it all, my brother. Yeah. You can't be bringing up. I feel like You can feel like all you want, bro. That's fucking. Listen, and I don't deride Jalen Ramsey, but let's just be for real. In this era, there aren't too many corners whose name you can mention before you mention that man. When that man came out, bro, he is the best corner prospect that I've seen since Champ Bailey.
Yeah.
Because Wood was a year or two before Champ, when Champ came out of Georgia. He is the best corner that has come out since Champ Bailey and Charles Woodson. And that's D'Angelo Hall, all them guys. Asante Samuel was one of the ones, but we didn't know he was going to be that out of college. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm just saying, bro. So when you talk that kind of talk, bro, that means that you're a starter and you're our number one guy. Yeah. And that's definitely not what's going on right now.
Elite, if you can go back, because I was supposed to be, remember it was supposed to be me and Raider Cody, salute to Cody, that was interviewing Nate Hobbs that time at Blue Wire. And one of the questions that popped up was about the nickel when playing outside, I believe. I think it is this interview. Don't quote me on this. But he did say that he prefers to play on the inside. He said that. He stated that numerous times that he would prefer to play on the inside, but he will move around when need be. So if he has to go on the perimeter and play on the boundary, he will. He's willing to do so. But he prefers playing on the inside.
And not for nothing, I love that he's self-aware. I love that he's great at it. But he was a better nickel at Illinois. A lot of people, the reason why he fell the way he was is because
he got cooked on the perimeter, bro.
He did. And I'm going to be honest. I like Nate Hobbs. I want us to keep him.
Me too.
I think he's a foundational piece.
Me too.
Right. And I think his skill set is that elite, doing what he does, that you have to pay him.
I'm just sick of having these kind of players wasted. Like
burger kind of players.
Like guys like Divine Diablo, like Merrick and Nate Hobbs. It's like the same thing, right? It's like you can see the greatness. You know what they can be. And Divine is the third on that pecking order. I want to put that out there, right? But I'm just saying, like with Merrick, Nate Hobbs, and Divine, you see the intangibles. You see it. You're like, these guys can be great. They're all coming up on contract years. They're all going to try and have massive years to get that bread. And we're going to have to figure out who we're going to be able to pay. You're not going to be able to pay everybody.
Well, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. With Merrick, I think he doesn't fall into that. I don't think he falls in line with that, because Merrick has showed you that he is he's a top 10 to 15 guy at his position, right? So, Merrick is a guy that is a starter. He's a bona fide starter. He's a
first round guy, supposedly, because before the back.
But he was a second round pick, right? And if we're being honest, if every safety was Ed Reed, then there's not that many. See, that's what we want to see. We're Raider fans, right? We want to see Charles Woodson. Yeah. We want to see the rebirth of 24. Yeah. That might not happen, but he can be a solid starter who bats the football down, who makes the tackles, who doesn't let people get behind him. If he does that, he's not getting cooked, then I'm cool with that. It's not like we got Harris out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to Harris. You know what I'm saying? He was a good, he was all right for us. He wasn't good for us. He had one good game for us at the Chargers. Yeah. He owed Phillip Rivers that one game. But I'm just saying, when you start having that kind of stuff happen to you, you gotta be leery.
If Divine, Nate Hobbs, and Merrick can't have a phenomenal year on the defensive side of the football this year with the improvements that we had on that defensive line, then it's just never going to happen in my eyes. With Graham, calling the shots on the defense side of the football, and with Christian Wilkins presence in the middle of that defensive line, there's no more excuses, man. Nate needs to stay healthy. He needs to stay healthy. I want to see more out of him in terms of coverage. We know he's a great downhill, willing tackler. I have him as the second best tackler on this team outside of Max Crosby. I've said it since day one. I love what Nate brings to the game, but we need some consistency and we need availability. Salute to Elite on that, and salute to Top. You guys think it's odd that AP didn't replace Tom McMahon on special teams since he got rid of every other weakling in the coaching tree?
Yeah, I do, because I don't see what he did to maintain his position. He has a pretty good reputation around the league, which is a little weird to me because the numbers don't state how great he's supposed to be. I think that Tom McMahon, if he doesn't turn this around, will probably be one of those guys at work that's the donut guy. You know that there's always a guy at work, right? Sometimes you have the guy who brings in the donuts every day, and nobody notices that he doesn't do shit because he brings donuts every day.
Yeah.
Tom McMahon might be that guy. He might be the rah-rah guy that everybody likes and doesn't see that he doesn't really do his job that well. Yeah. Maybe they like him, right? And I don't know. AP's a young coach. Yeah. He's a young coach. And maybe we could be wrong because there are a lot of guys who, when they first come here, like I was all on Patrick Graham. I was like, yo, the Black Picasso, I was like, he was like Jimmy Walker. What the F is going on? And then we paid for it. Now we show the greatness in him. So let's hope that Tom McMahon can show us the greatness that everyone says because I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't either. And to be honest with you, man, this year is either put up or shut up, man. Salute to everybody here in the building. Once again, we appreciate you guys for rocking with us on the Graphk and Wasted show, or the Wasted and Graphk show, however you want to slice it. We appreciate you guys. We want to say once again, salute to our brother Mike Dixon from Vegas Sports Today. Also salute to Steve and his phenomenal restaurant that he has out there on the Strip. Salute to him. I know definitely we're gonna be pulling up on him when we touch Vegas. Him and Barcode Burgers now is the two elite options for us when we get to Vegas, man. So we just want to say we appreciate you guys as always. This week we have East Coast Gridiron. We're gonna be breaking down some tape on JPJ. We'll probably have maybe one or two individual shows like we always do as well. We always love to get some time with you guys on some Dolo and talk with our people. Also, we may have a few other guests in the works, so stay tuned.
Special guests.
Yes, very special.
Very special. You know what? I would hope and pray that person was on this team at this time. That'd be great.
Ooh, there you go.
Man,
I like that.
That's just a little tidbit for you guys.
There you go. And salute to for me, you both on levels, my dude. Salute to you. We appreciate you. And salute to Elite. Great show, Graphk and Wasted. Salute to Hug. Salute to the best chat on the tube. This is facts. Salute to Freight Train. Salute to the chat Raiders. We just want to say, man, once again, we love you guys. Salute to Sarah. Great show, you guys. See you on the next one. We'll definitely be back very, very soon. On that note, once again, we love you. We appreciate you. On the way out, wipe them feet, pay your bar tabs, hit that subscribe button on both channels. Wasted is very, very close to 12,000 subscribers. Hit that sub button on Wasted's channel. I'm trying to get to 30K. We're almost there as well, you guys. Run those numbers up. OakLosVegas.com. Go get your drip. PlanetRaiders.com. Go get some written articles from our guys, Big Mike and Wasted Talent. Also, go over to AnyGivenSundaySauces.com. Go grab some OLV Raiders hot sauce, or go to Amazon, type in Any Given Sunday Sauce, go grab a bottle. Let us know what you think about it. And we're going to start doing this thing, you guys, where we do videos on all the reviews, you know what I mean, on the hot sauces. So if you leave a review, it tastes like this, blah, blah, blah. We're going to read them live, upload them to our YouTube and all of our socials and all that good stuff. So if you buy a bottle, don't get away from leaving a review so we can make sure that we put some content out there. Other than that, you want to say you got anything on the way out?
Nah, man. Yo, y'all have a great, terrific night, man. And you know what, man? I went out and I looked. Somebody said I haven't made it to 12K because I've unceremoniously blocked so many people. I have over 1,100 people unceremoniously blocked. And you know what? Every one of them deserved it. F them.
Sound like you got more work to do, brother, because I'm going to be real. I got like 5,000. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
I'm the Dikembe Mutombo of Blockerich.
Hey, look, we over here, we protect.
Ratliff and Dikembe.
I like it.
Get it out of here.
But once again, you guys, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We are outro one.
That's what I'm talking about.